Good morning. Welcome to Hindi is Easy. Today we are going to see the line by line explanation for the lesson Venaka ki Chitti, lesson number 14, class 6, new Gunjan book. Hope you would have seen the previous video, the line by line reading of the lesson. If not, I'll give the link in the description box. You can go and check the video. Watch the video along with the book, read the lesson one or two times and check your pronunciation. If you're still not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel and recommend among your friends circle. If you have any clarification or feedback, please do put in the comment section. I'll surely reply back. If you like the video or the video is useful for your learning, please do click the like button. Your like and subscription will motivate me to add more videos. Venaka ki chitti. The chitti is letter. Venaka is the name of 9-year-old boy. So before getting into the line by line explanation, let's do a quick introduction about the author and also about the lesson. बातों बातों में कहानी में दिए गए चित्रों को देखकर क्या पता चल रहा है. So observe the picture given in the lesson. What you are able to get in your mind after seeing these pictures. Someone is trying to write something to someone in a room, maybe all alone, or it's a evening time. The lamp is glowing. It's kind of snow area and it's a Christmas Eve. Pine trees are there. A grandfather, a old man is there. A boy and a rabbit is there. So they are happily moving here and there. There is a post box. So someone is writing a letter. Remembrance is there regarding the Christmas, or the boy is there and grandfather is there. As we read the lesson, we'll get to know what the content of this lesson is all about. आप किसे चिट्ठी लिखते हैं? So to whom all you write the letter? We write the letters to our close friends or to our parents if you are staying in hostel, or to a close relative. Are we now using the letter to communicate with our close friends? No. Now we are using some modern technology like WhatsApp or apps to call and talk back, or to send some messages instantly. But those days, letter was only the medium which was used to convey the messages from one person to other person. The letter was one of the medium which is used by most of the people those days. चिट्ठी में क्या क्या लिखते हैं? So what are the things you write in the letter? So you'll be asking for the well-being, or you'll be saying, conveying the message about some functions, congratulating them, or you'll be giving the message that you have been promoted to this position, or you're moving from this place to the other place. So all those informations were shared in letters. So there are different types of letters which is being written. One is a formal letter which we write to the officers or to the organization. An informal letter which we write within our family members or to the friends. ये पाठ एक बाल श्रमिक के जीवन पर आधारित है. So this lesson is based on the life of a child laborer boy of 9-year-old called Venaka, who lives away from his loved ones and works under a cobbler. So Venaka doesn't have parents. His grandfather Constantine is everything for him. This boy has been moved to Moscow as a child laborer, and on the occasion of Christmas he writes a letter to his grandfather, which we are going to read in this lesson. 9 वर्ष की उम्र में अपने से दूर रहकर मालिकों की यातना सहता बालक अपने दादाजी को पत्र लिखकर अपनी इच्छा व्यक्त करता है कि वह भी अन्य बालकों की तरह सामान्य जीवन यापन करना चाहता है. So the 9-year-old boy who is away from his family and he is able to bear the tortures. Yatna is the tortures or the abuse that is given by the owners, malikona owners. And he is bearing that, and he writes a letter to his grandfather, and in this letter he is giving his desires, what he likes to be. And he is saying that like other boys means the normal boys who lives with the parents and goes to school, he also wants to live that normal life. Jeevan yapan is livelihood, so he wants to live a normal life and he doesn't want to be under someone working as a child laborer. This boy aspires to live a normal life like other children, as children of his age go to school, but he at the same age is enduring the torture of the owner. In this letter, he also writes remembering the happy time which he spends with his grandfather and the grandfather's owner's daughter Olga, who has taught him how to read and write. So those details are also given in this letter. Unfortunately, what happens, this 9 years boy doesn't know the correct address to send the letter. He just writes the name of the grandfather and to the village, and he posts this letter. Will this letter will reach his grandfather? No. But the boy will be always waiting for the grandfather to come and pick him. It's very heart touching. The normal child's desire is well portrayed, which will not get fulfilled because the letter will not reach his grandfather at all. So the important things which we have to learn from this lesson is the child labor eradication. We have to eradicate the child labor from our country. The fundamental rights of education has to be given to each and every kid. Each and every kid has the right to study. The rural development has to be taken care, and the family affection is the life value which we have to learn from this lesson. The whole letter is very heart touching. So being away from close relation, how it feels is well portrayed by the author. So who is the author here? Aton Chekhov is the author. Aton Chekhov का जन्म 29 जनवरी 1860 को दक्षिण रूस के टांगनोर नगर में हुआ था. So he was born on 29 January 1860 in South Russia in the city टांगनोर. इनकी प्रमुख कहानियाँ, द बेस्ट राइटिंग्स और स्टोरीज वेर गिरकिट, क्लर्क की मौत, तितली, गोंका. सो दिस फोर आर वेरी फेमस, एंड द प्रसिद्ध नाटक हैं, द वेरी फेमस प्लेस वेर वालिया मामा, तीन बहनें, सीगल और चेरी का बगीचा. एंड 15 जुलाई 1904 को इनका स्वर्गवास हो गया. On 15th July 1904 he died. So he is a Russian playwright and short story writer. So he is Aton Chekhov. He is by profession he is a physician. He was born in 1860 in Russia, Tangrong, and died in Germany on 15th July 1904. So Chekhov's uncle Vanya, three sisters, the cherry orchard are very famous place. So he started to write the stories to earn money initially, but the interest which he had in the literature or in the artistic field has influenced, and it has created an evolution in the modern short stories. So the objective of this lesson is to understand the difficulties in the life which a child laborer has to face, to know the ill effects of child labor and make efforts to eradicate it, and to be sensitive towards social evils. We have to take some steps to eradicate the social evils from our society. So do you know how we have to write a letter, a normal informal letter? If you don't know, I'll give the link in the description box. You can go and check that quick small video to understand how an informal letter is written. So first we have to write the address of the sender, then we have to write the date, then we have to address the reader for whom the letter is to be, then we have to greet the reader, then we have to ask the well-being and convey well-being, the first paragraph of the letter. In the middle of the letter it will be the content for which you are writing the letter, and while ending the letter you have to convey your regards to the family members of the reader, and with the relationship with the reader you have to write your name. So this is the format which we have to follow to write an informal letter, and this you have to understand. So through this lesson we will also understand how to write an informal letters. This is also going to be our learning outcome. I have few questions. Does nearby your house is any young boy or girl is going for work? Have you ever observed this? If you have, then put in the comment section. How people or owner treat them, do you ever know? Have you ever talked to such kids who come in and around you in your area? Have you ever taken the effort to teach any poor kid? No? Yes? Try to teach some of the few things which you know to the poor kids. Okay? Be a volunteer in the society to give knowledge. Making someone to learn is the fundamental thing which we have to do morally for the society. How do you feel when you see kids working in the tea shop or nearby your houses? What kind of emotions you feel when you see such kids around you? So do you have any suggestions to eradicate child labor? How we can stop this in our country? Every child has the fundamental rights for education. Is all the kids in our country are able to study? To educate the poor kids is a responsibility of the government, and also we have to contribute morally by taking the responsibility. It is not just the government has the responsibility to educate the kids, but we as a society members, we should also take the moral responsibility to help someone to make that person to study or to get the education. So when the village develops, things will change slowly. So how can a village development may happen? Do you have any thoughts about it? Put in the comment section if you have any thoughts. Okay. So the small suggestion, when you're growing up, you have a team, you have a friend circle, you have a group of friends of like-minded. You try to spend some time in a underprivileged place and sponsor for the education of the kids. Try to be an volunteer, go to that place, spend some time with them, try to educate them. In this way, you can also contribute for the society in providing the knowledge to the poor kids. So these are the few things which we have to learn, we have to understand, we have to take in within us. Having said this, now let's read the lesson and understand further. Christmas से पहली शाम थी, so it was the before evening of Christmas. 9 वर्षीय बालक वेनका जुकोव दिन भर के काम के बाद भी बैठा इंतजार कर रहा था. After doing a day full of hard work, Venaka Zhukov, who is 9 years old boy, was still sitting and waiting for something. Intazar is waiting. Din bhar the whole day. After doing the work, he was still sitting and waiting. He was not taking rest. पेशे से मोजे उसका मालिक आलिया खिन और उसकी पत्नी गिरजाघर में प्रार्थना सुनने जाने के लिए तैयार हो रहे थे. पेशे is by occupation. Moji. Moji is cobbler. He is cobbler who mends the shoes. So, Venaka's owner Alia Khin and his wife, so the master and the mistress, is planning to attend the prayer. Pratana is prayer in the Girjagar. Girjagar is church. So before Christmas Eve, master and the mistress were planning to attend a prayer in the Girjagar. And Venaka घुटनों पर सिर टिकाए पल पल काट रहा था. घुटनों पर सिर टिकाए is the position like holding the head in the knees. So like sitting in this posture, he was waiting for the master and mistress to go to church. मालिक के जाते ही उसने अलमारी से स्यासी की दावत, इंकपॉट, घिसी निप वाला होल्डर निकाला और कागज को जमीन पर फैलाकर लिखने बैठ गया. So as soon as the master and mistress has left to the church, he has taken the ink pot from the cupboard. Syasi ki dawat is ink pot. Gisi nip wala. Gisi is worn out, which has been used many times. So the rusted nib. He has taken the rusting nib holder. Those days they used to have the pen like this, where they have to touch the ink pot and write. Or kagaj is the paper. He has spread the paper on the ground and he started to write. फाइला करना स्प्रेड पनेट. पहला अक्षर लिखने से पहले उसने चोरों की तरह दरवाजे और खिड़की की ओर विस्फारित नैनों से ताका. So before writing the first letter in the paper, he as a thief was looking into the windows, looking into the doors with a scared opened eyes. This Farid is very scared eyes, or with the wide eyes he started to look around to check if someone else is there or not. ஸோ மற்றவங்க யாராச்சும் இருக்காங்களா அப்படின்றது டோர்ஸ்லேயும் விண்டோஸ்லேயும் பார்த்துக்கிட்டான் பயந்த கண்ணை வச்சுக்கிட்டு. டாக்கா இஸ் ஸ்டேரிங், ஓகே, பார்த்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கிறது. உசே अभ्यास हो रहा था. He was able to feel. अभ्यास ना फील பண்ண முடியுது कि कोई उसे देख रहा है. So as if someone is watching him. So he wants to ensure that no one is there. So he started to stare at the doors and windows before starting the letter. कोई नहीं है, उसने मन ही मन सोचा और लंबी सांस लेकर लिखने लगा. So no one is there. So this is the thing which he has said in his mind voice. So that's why single quote is there. And he thought inside from his mind, and then with the taking a long breath, लंबी सांस लेकर लिखने लगा. So after that लगा, a long hyphen is there. It is the निर्देशक चिन्ह, it's a punctuation mark which says what he is going to write is given below. मेरे प्यारे दादा कॉन्स्टेंटाइन, मेरे ना पिता है ना माँ. So my lovely grandfather Constantine. So give a pause, comma. मेरे ना पिता है ना माँ. I don't have a mother or father. So he is an orphan. सब कुछ आप ही हैं. Everything you only for me. आपको क्रिसमस की शुभकामनाएं. So here exclamatory mark is given in a happy note. It's a congratulations or best wishes for Christmas. This boy is waiting for the master and the mistress. So he is a cobbler by occupation. They are getting ready to go to the church to attend the prayer before the Christmas Eve. And he is waiting in this posture, keeping the head near the knee and waiting for the master and mistress to go out. So as soon as they went out, he took the ink pot and the paper from the cupboard. Before writing a single letter in that paper, he has ensured that no one is there because he was so scared and he felt that someone is watching him. So to ensure that, he looked here and there to the windows and doors and ensured that there is no one, and he started to write the letter to his grandfather, addressing his grandfather that I don't have my father or mother, you are the only person for me, and for the Christmas Eve he is giving the best wishes. वेनेका की आंखों के आगे अपने दादा कॉन्स्टेंटाइन का चित्र स्पष्ट हो गया. सो इन फ्रंट ऑफ हिज आईज वेनेका was able to see his grandfather's picture. So while he is writing the letter, he is able to remember his grandfather Constantine. So spasht means clearly he was able to recollect the picture of his grandfather. छोटा सा दुबला पतला 65 साल का वृद्ध. छोटा सा is who is very short in height, and dubla patla is the body structure which is very thin and weak, lean or personality, and his age is 65. 65 saal is 65, Vrid is the old man. So how his grandfather was? His grandfather was short in height and his body is thin and lean, and he is a 65 years old man. बेड़ की काल का लंबा कोट पहनकर. बेड़ की काल is the skin of the sheep. काल ना the तोल. So he was wearing the long coat made up of sheep's skin. परिश्रम और चुस्ती से कोटी की चौकीदारी करता कॉन्स्टेंटाइन. So wearing a sheepskin coat, a long coat, he is a very hard-working, very active, chustina active. Koti is the house. So he was doing the chowkidari's watchman guarding. So he was guarding the house with the hard work and with the activeness. अत्यंत मुस्तैदी से कार्य में निमग्न कर्मनिष्ठ. So he used to be very active. Mustaidi is very active person who will be running here and there and doing things. So with the full of energy, he will be doing the work. And Nimagna is fully involved. Whatever task the grandfather does, he will be fully involving himself. With lot of energy, he will be doing the work and he will be involving himself and focusing on the work. Karmanisht is very who concentrates and does the hard work. So who has the nishta towards the work, who loves his work. So he was such personality. बात बात पर हंसना. So for each and everything he will keep laughing. Lati tokta. Lati is the stick that the old people will be having to have the support. So he will be having the stick which he will be striking. So tokta means strike panikte par. Chaukana Constantine. Chaukana is very alert. So how the grandfather was? He is very hardworking. He is very active. Whatever work he does with an involvement, with a full of energy, and he concentrates and does each and every work very alert. And what is his occupation? He is a watchman. He is guarding a house. This old person of age 65 does his work very delicately. So this 65 years old person, Constantine, the grandfather of Venaka, does its work with lot of delicate. वेनका को लगा हो ना हो कोसों दूर बैठे उसके दादा इस समय चर्च के बाहर अपने बूढ़े साथियों से हंसी मजाक कर रहे होंगे. So Venaka now has been thinking, कोसों दूर means the long distance, very much kilometer தூரத்தில் இருக்கிற தாத்தா. Now at this time he will be sitting outside the church along with his old friends. बूढ़े साथी means old friends ओட he will be sitting outside the church and he will be making fun. Hasi mazak means having the chit chat with the friends with lot of fun. For funnyana chit chats will be happening with his friends like that. Venaka is thinking about his grandfather. उसने खिड़की से बाहर देखा. He saw the outside view from the window. So what he saw, we have to read. So निर्देशक चिन्ह is given here. रात अंधेरी थी. So it was a dark night. अंधेरी ना dark. फिर भी घरों की सफ़ेद छतें, चांदी से चमकते पेड़ और बर्फ़ के फुव्वारे उसे बहुत अच्छी लगी. So now, though it is night, very dark night, but the houses were covered with the snow, right? So the roof எப்படி இருக்கும்? It will be white in color. So सफ़ेद छतें is the white terrace. चांदी से चमकते पेड़, like the silver, the trees were also glowing because it's a Christmas Eve. The lights would have been hanged in the tree. So the trees were also glowing like a moon. और बर्फ़ के फुव्वारे. फुव्वारे is the snow showers. So the snow showers that happens because they are in the Moscow and there will be snow showers will happen often. उसे बहुत अच्छी लगी. So seeing all these things, he was able to find some happiness. He liked this environment. उसके मन में हल्की सी खुशी की लहर उठी. So in his mind where he was thinking about his grandfather and writing his sad things, seeing the environment, he felt little happiness. लहर उठी ना, the waves of happiness has come in him after seeing this natural beauty. प्रकृति को इस सुरम्यता ने उदासी का बादल हटा दिया और वह फिर लिखने लगा. So the सुरम्यता is the beauty. So the natural beauty has removed the sadness. Udasi ka badal is cloud of sadness. The sad feel which was covering his mind after seeing the beauty, natural beauty of the trees or the roof or the night or the outside view of the house, he was able to feel the happiness. So அந்த கஷ்டம் வந்து கொஞ்ச நேரத்துக்கு விலகிருச்சு. அந்த cloud has moved away. और फिर लिखने लगा and he started to write again. So what he wanted to write is given below. So we are putting a nirdeshak chin here. This is the picture which Venaka is able to recollect while writing the letter. So his grandfather now will be sitting in front of the church and talking to his old friends and will be having fun-filled talks. So now he sees outside the window the natural beauty which makes him to feel good. And he starts to write the letter again. So what he is writing, let's read. दादाजी, मॉस्को बड़ा शहर है. So he is addressing someone. After addressing, you have to put a comma. So Moscow is a very big city. Then give a pause. यहाँ सब प्रतिष्ठित लोगों के घर हैं. So प्रतिष्ठित is famous people or house are there. Where? यहाँ is a pronoun used for Moscow. So in Moscow, he is giving the description that this is a very big city and very famous people are living in Moscow. फिर भी सब सज्जन और सौम्य नहीं. But though the people are living in such big city and they are very famous, but they are not gentlemen. Sajjan, they are not gentlemen or they are not gentle too. सौम्य means gentle कड़ियाद. So the famous people whom he is talking about are not gentlemen here. यहाँ बहुत घोड़े हैं. So here he can see many horses. और शायद एक भी भेड़ नहीं. But I cannot see even a single sheep. यहाँ पर किसी को भी समूह गान में गाने की आज्ञा नहीं है. Here no one can do the group singing. समूह गाना और नालंज पे சேர்ந்து நின்று பாடுறது. So group singing is not allowed in Moscow. यहाँ बच्चे वायलिन लेकर दिन भर नहीं घूमते. And the kids also doesn't take violin and roam. So maybe where he was living, Venaka would have seen people taking the violin. The kids will be taking the violin and learning that instrument, or there will be many sheeps in his place. So here in Moscow, he is contrary, he is not seeing sheeps or not seeing the kids taking the violin. खाने को सुबह शाम थोड़ी सी रोटी मिलती है. For me, so evening and night, or for the day and night, I am getting very less food. He is trying to give the difficulties which he is facing now, living with that cobbler. The tortures that he has to face, those things are given here. रात भर मालिक का बेटा रोता है. The full night the master or the son is crying. So मालिक का बेटा is the son of his owner who is crying. वह मुझे सोने नहीं देता. वह is the pronoun used for the kid who doesn't allow him to sleep. मुझे बार बार उसका पालना हिलाना पड़ता है. And I have to shake his cradle. पालना, the cradle in which the kids will be sleeping. I'll show the image. मेरे प्यारे दादाजी, so my loving grandfather, so he's the addressing with lot of love, so exclamatory mark is given here. आप मुझे यहाँ से ले जाइए. You take me from this place. So he's telling his disinterest of having the torture and he doesn't want to live there. So he's requesting his grandfather to take him from this place. दादाजी, यहाँ मेरे उम्र के बच्चे सुबह सुबह बस्ते लटकाकर स्कूल जाते हैं. सो हियर माई एज किड्स हैंगिंग द स्कूल बैग. लटका करना हैंग பண்ணிட்டு दे विल बी गोइंग टू स्कूल. उनकी माँ उन्हें दूर तक जाते हुए देखती हैं. एंड देयर मदर्स विल बी स्टैंडिंग एंड वॉचिंग द किड्स गोइंग टू स्कूल फॉर ए लॉन्ग टाइम. उनके बस्तों में रंगीन किताबें होती हैं. एंड इन द बैग्स, बस्तोना அவங்களோட பேக்கில் colorful books are there. Mary Malkin, so her mistress, the wife of the owner, we say as Malkin, mistress, अपने लाडले is the loving son के लिए चित्रों वाली कई किताब लाई हैं. So the pictured books has been brought by her for her small kid. आप जब मुझे ये ले जाएंगे तो मैं भी स्कूल जाऊंगा. So if you take me from this place, then I will also go to school. काश. So here exclamatory symbol is there. काश if मेरी भी माँ होती, if my mother is also there, जो मुझे स्कूल जाते हुए देखती तो मेरा भी काया पलट हो जाता. So if I have mother, because he doesn't have mother and father, right? So he's giving the details to his grandfather. So if my mother is alive, she too will be watching me going to school. And my life would have changed. The Kaya Palat is the great change would have happened in his life. So with a lot of difficulties, with this lot of sadness, this boy is writing the letter to his grandfather. What are the tortures he is facing and what are the things which is seeing the kids of his age is doing, and he is giving the desire to his grandfather so that he can also live a normal life kid if he takes him from this place. So he is giving details to his grandfather. So இங்கே group song பண்ண முடியாது, violin வச்சும் யாரும் சுத்துறதில்ல. So this is the instrument violin. And அவனுக்கு எப்போ பார்த்தாலும் இங்கே டார்ச்சராக இருக்குது. அவங்க மாஸ்டரோட பையனும் வந்து தூங்க விடுறதில்ல. இந்த கிராடியில் எப்போ பார்த்தாலும் பால்லாம் இந்த கிராடியில் ஆட்டிகிட்டே இருக்க சொல்கிறாங்க. எனக்கு தூக்கமே இல்லை. இங்கே இருக்க பசங்க காலையில் பேக் எடுத்துகிட்டு ஸ்கூலுக்கு போகிறாங்க. அவங்க அம்மாவும் அவங்கள ஸ்கூலுக்கு வழி அனுப்புறது பார்க்குறாங்க. எனக்கும் அம்மா இருந்தால் இதே மாதிரி செஞ்சுருப்பாங்க. லைக் திஸ் he is giving his desire to his grandfather. वेनका की आंखों से टप टप आंसू गिरने लगा. So टप टप is a word pair where the same word is repeated. It is the sound that the droplets makes when it falls down. So from his eyes the droplets started to come out. उसने अपनी आंखें पोंछी and he wiped his eyes. नाक साफ की and he cleared his nose. और फिर लिखने लगा. Again he started to write. Again the निर्देशक symbol is right. What he is writing is given next. दादाजी, so he is addressing with a lot of love and expression. So exclamatory mark is given. So you have to read दादाजी with an expression. You have to read that word. मेरे पास जूते नहीं है. I don't have shoes. बिना जूतों के मैं बर्फ पर नहीं चल सकता. Without shoes I cannot walk on the snow. मैं गांव आ जाना चाहता हूँ. I want to come to our village. पर रास्ता नहीं पता. But I don't know the way. आप मुझे ले जाइए. You please come and take me. ஸோ அவர் வந்து எனக்கு ஷூ இல்லை, ஷூ இருந்தால் தான் நான் வந்து ஸ்னோ மேலெலாம் ஏற முடியும். எனக்கு ஊருக்கு வரணும், ஆனால் எனக்கு வழியும் தெரியாது. நீங்கள் வந்து என்னை கூட்டிகிட்டு போகிறீங்களா? மே ஆப்கி சப் பாத் மானுங்கா. நீங்கள் சொல்கிறதெல்லாம் நான் கேட்பேன். ஐ அக்செப்ட் வாட் எவர் யூ டெல். ஐ டூ ஆல் த திங்ஸ் விச் யூ ஆர் டெல்லிங் மீ டு டூ. आपके लिए शोरबा बना दूंगा. I'll make शोरबा also for you. So शोरबा is the word which they tell for the vegetable soup. मैं ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करूंगा कि मुझे गांव में ही काम मिल जाए. So I'll pray to God that I should get one job in our village itself. ताकि मैं आपकी देखभाल कर सकूं. So that I can take care of you. देखभालना நான் உங்களை பார்த்துக்க முடியும். ஊர்லேயே ஒரு வேலை கிடச்சிச்சின்னா உங்கள் கூடயே இருப்பேன், நான் உங்களையும் பார்த்துப்பேன். प्यारे दादाजी. So after addressing someone you have to put अल्पविराम कमा. So lovable grandfather. गांव में जब मालिक लोग क्रिसमस का पेड़ लगाएंगे तो एक सुनहरा अखरोट ले लेना. So when their master, so grandfather has an owner, right? So when those people will be celebrating Christmas and they'll be keeping the Christmas tree, Christmas tree, you get one golden akhroot. Sunhara is golden in the sense they used to get the walnut from them for every eve. So you also collect on his behalf. He is telling his grandfather to take one walnut from them. और मेरे हरे बक्से में रख देना. And keep that walnut in my green box. हरे बक्से is the green box, you keep it. मालिक की बेटी, the owner order daughter is there. Her name is Olga. मेरे लिए अखरोट अवश्य देगी. And she will be giving the walnut for me for sure. So अखरोट is the walnut. अवश्य ना कंडीपा इनके कुड़पांगे. So Olga is the girl who has taught this boy how to read and write, how to dance, how to count things. So she has been helping the maid's kid to learn something. So this is what I said. You as a kid also contribute yourself to teach some poor kids. So Olga was doing his responsibility morally, educating the servants' kid so that they can also learn things. So educational right is a basic right of each and every kid, and Olga has tried her best to educate him. With lot of feel, he's writing again to his grandfather to take him away back, and as he doesn't have shoe, he doesn't know the way to come to the village. He is feeling bad, unable to come into village, so he is requesting his grandfather to take him back. And he is telling that when the owner is celebrating the Christmas, they will be giving a walnut, akhroot, and you take one on my behalf and keep it in the green box. Venaka ne lambi सांस ली. Now he has taken a long breath. Full stop. उसे याद आया. He remembered. So what he remembered? Give a pause and then tell. वह अपने दादाजी के साथ क्रिसमस पेड़ लाने जंगल जाता था. And along with his grandfather, he'll be going to the forest to get the Christmas tree. And the Christmas tree இருக்குல்லையா, அதை கட் பண்ணி எடுத்துகிட்டு வந்து டெக்கரேட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு they will be going to the forest together. चारों तरफ बर्फ़ होती थी and for the all sides they can see the snow. जब कभी वह बर्फ़ में लुढ़क जाता तो दादाजी ठहाका लगाकर हंसते. So whenever he slips, when Venaka slips in the snow, लुढ़क जाना में slip आई मूव आगमोदे, his grandfather make a huge laughs and he'll be making fun of him. ஸோ டஹாக்கா இஸ் ஹஹா அப்படி சிரிப்போம் இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சவுண்டை அவங்க தாத்தா கொடுப்பாரு. அவர் ஸ்லிப் ஆகும் போதெல்லாம், அந்த ஸ்னோவில் ஸ்லிப் ஆகும் போதெல்லாம் அவங்க தாத்தா இப்படி லவுட் லாஃப் கொடுப்பாரு. और फिर लपक कर गोद में उठा लेते. ஸோ எங்கே விழுந்துட போகிறானோ அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு டக்குன்னு வந்து பிடிச்சிப்பார். ஸோ he'll be catching him at once. दादाजी क्रिसमस पेड़ काटते काटते वेनका को खूब हंसाते. While he is cutting the Christmas tree for the owner's house, he'll be making so much of fun and having good time with Venaka that Venaka will be laughing all the time. सहसा कोई खरगोश वहाँ से गुजरता तो वह चिल्लाते. So suddenly, सहसा sudden if a hare or a rabbit tries to move that place, then the grandfather will be shouting. Where is the pronoun used for the grandfather? What he will say while shouting, so that we'll see with an nirdeshak chin is given. Venaka, so addressing Venaka, you have to give comma. पकड़ो इस छोटे दुम वाले शैतान को. So go and catch this small tailed devil. So छोटी दुम वाले is the small tailed, shaitan is devil. So the rabbit or the hare will be roaming here and there fastly, right? So the grandfather is telling him to catch hold of that rabbit. वेनका दौड़ता लुढ़कता और फिर दोनों की हंसी से जंगल गूंज उठता. सो वेनका will be running behind the rabbit. He will again sleep, and as soon as he sleeps, what the grandfather will do? Grandfather will come and hold him. So everywhere in the forest we can hear the echo of their laugh. So jungle goonj udta means the jungle forest la வந்து அவங்களோட சிரிப்பு சத்தம் கேட்டுக்கிட்டே இருக்கும். So whenever the grandfather is going to forest to cut the tree for the decoration, so he will also accompanying his grandfather, and if we see some rabbit, the grandfather will say to hold this devil. When he sleeps in the snow, the grandfather will make a loud laugh, but at once he will come and hold him in his lap. So they will have a lot of fun while he is cutting the tree, and the whole forest we can hear the laughing sound of this both. So the boy will be running, rolling, and when he sleeps, his grandfather will hold him, and they will have a very good time where the happy laugh is echoing in the whole forest. Dadaji Christmas पेट मालिक के घर तक लाते, and grandfather will bring the cut tree to the owner's house for the Christmas Eve. वेनका के मित्र, मालिक की लड़की और दादाजी सब पेट सजाने में जुट जाते. So Venika's friend and the daughter of the owner, Olga, and Dadaji and the grandfather, everyone will get busy in decorating the tree. पेट सजाने means decorating, जुट जाते means they'll get involved, they'll become busy. उन दिनों उसकी माँ जीवित थी, and those days his mother was alive. उसकी माँ is a pronoun used for Venika's mother. वह उसी घर में नौकरानी थी, and वह is a pronoun used for his mother. So the mother was alive those days, and she was a servant maid in the same house. நௌக்கரானினா servant maid அதே வீட்டில் தான் வேலை செஞ்சுட்டு இருந்தாங்க அந்த டைம்லலாம். मालिक की लड़की ओल्गा वेनका को खूब मिठाइयाँ खिलाती, and the owner's daughter Olga will be feeding this boy with lot of sweets. उसी ने वेनका को पढ़ना लिखना सिखाया था, and that girl only has taught him how to read and write. जब माँ ना रही तो दादाजी ने उसे मॉस्को आलिया खिन के पास भेज दिया, and when mother is not there, grandfather has sent him to Alia Khin as a child laborer. So the grandfather, Olga, everyone is getting busy in decorating the Christmas tree, and after the mother's death, the grandfather has sent the boy to Alia Khin as a child laborer, who is a cobbler. एक बार फिर वेनका का जी भर आया, उसने लेगा, and he was thinking all those things again one more time. His mind was full of thoughts. जी भर आया is a full of old thoughts, and then he started to write. What he is writing we will read, and निर्देशक चिन्ह is given here. दादाजी ईश्वर के लिए मुझे ले जाओ. So please grandfather addressing grandfather, you have to put comma. So please, for the sake of God, you take me from here. अब और नहीं लिखा जाता. I cannot write more. मेरा हाथ दर्द कर रहा है. My hands are also paining. So என்னை இங்கேருந்து கூட்டிகிட்டு போயிடுங்களேன், என்னால் இன்னும் எழுத முடியல, என் கையெல்லாம் வலிக்குது. अब आपका इंतज़ार, I'll be waiting for you. इंतज़ार ना waiting. आपका पोता, your grandson. वेनका ने कागज़ की 4 तहें लगाई. So वेनका made 4 folds for the paper in which he was writing the letter to grandfather. उसे लिफाफे में डाला. So लिफाफा is the envelope. So he put that 4-folded letter into the envelope. And ऊपर पता लिखा, and address that he wrote was गाँव को, to the village, मेरे दादा Constantine के पास, to my grandfather Constantine. So do you think this letter will reach Constantine? No, because he didn't give the address of his village. He just written village and given the name of his grandfather. So the kid doesn't have enough knowledge how a letter has to be posted, right? So he is thinking giving the name of this grandfather and that's village, the letter will go to his grandfather, but it is not going to happen. This The poor boy is not understanding at all. वह बहुत खुश था but he was very happy. उसने पत्र को अपनी जेब में रखा. He kept the letter in his pocket और सड़क की ओर दौड़ा. And he started to run towards the road. कल ही मुर्गी की दुकान पर बैठे आदमी ने उसे बताया था कि लाल डिब्बे में डाली गई चिट्ठियाँ सही आदमी तक पहुंचा दी जाती है. So yesterday in the butcher shop or the chicken shop, one person has told Venaka that if you post the letter in the red colored box, then the letter will be reached to the right person. So here the red color box is the post box, right? Post box, everything will be in red color. And so thinking this, now Venaka is rushing towards the post box. वेनका ने चिट्ठी को चूमा. He kissed the letter और उसे धीरे से डाक के डिब्बे में डाल दिया. And he slowly has put the letter into the post box. घर आकर वह गहरी नींद में सो गया. After coming back home with a deep sleep, he slept because he was very happy that he has conveyed the message to his grandfather. And his grandfather வந்து கூட்டிட்டு போயிடுவாங்க இப்போ. उसे सपना आया. Now he was dreaming. He got a dream too. चिमनी के पास खड़े उसके दादाजी. So standing near the furnace or the stove, his grandfather, उसके दादाजी के अपनी उम्र के बूढ़ों को उसकी चिट्ठी पढ़ाकर सुना रहे हैं. So the his grandfather standing next to the furnace along with his same aged old people of his friends, he is reading this letter and making them to hear it. Anton Chekhov. So he is writing the letter and finally he is folding the letters and crossing the road, thinking that yesterday someone from the chicken shop has told him that if you post the letter here, it will reach to the right person, and is coming, kissing the letter, and slowly he is dropping the letter into the letter box. And he comes back home. He takes a very good sleep after dropping the letter, and he also gets a dream that his grandfather next to his furnace, he is reading this letter and making his friends to know about it. So this is the dream he is getting. So very wonderfully the story has been written by Anton Chekhov. So in the next video we'll see the question answers and book back exercise. If you have any doubt or clarification, please put in the comment section and surely reply back. Thank you, students.